Hi, Carter everyone here, and today I would like to discuss a game master concept, the fallacy of the roll to hit narrative. It's crap. If I'm trying to kill you, I'm going to try to kill you. It is your job to avoid getting killed. You see, dexterity saves exist now in 5th edition, but I don't like the way dexterity saves work. If you look at old school D&D, you had an ability score, right? 3 to 18. Now, one of the things I love about the D20 is it has a range of 1 to 20. And if you have a skill within that range, or an ability within that range, you can utilize that. And anything within your skill level or your ability level is in that rating, right? Okay, so if I have a 13 dexterity, I roll a d20, and 1 to 13 is within my skill level. 14 and beyond, is outside of my skill level. It's beyond my skill level. I failed to avoid getting hit. This is my success range, 1 to 13, because that makes sense. And then when you get a 14, it's 1 to 14 for success. And I prefer that because it makes sense. And say that the orc chief has a +1 to hit sword, guess what? Now my range, instead of whatever I roll, and then I have to add 1. Because it's now further beyond my skill level, or my skill level shrinks, basically. So, if I roll a 12 and then add that 1, that's still within my skill level, but because I have to add it against myself for what I rolled, once I crossed that threshold, I was hit. I hope this makes sense. Because, to me, rolling to hit is stupid. I'm not going to try to hit you, I'm going to hit you. Now, does that make sense? It is your job to defend yourself. That makes sense to me. You look at risk, right? Defender has to roll, offender has to roll, but the thing is the only thing the GM should roll for is damage, right? So, let's say you have your orc chief, who you give the benefit of the doubt. You have to roll beyond the orc chief's combat capabilities, right? Okay. So if his dexterity is 14 and yours is 13, you have a -1 to hit him, right? So you have to roll at least, if you're one different and he's in the positive, you have to roll at least a 15, if that's the difference between your dexterity. Now, that might seem overcomplicated, but it avoids the GM rolling unnecessarily. And the players are actively defending. The GM's not doing all the math. And then how you would present that is you roll your d20. Okay, I got an 18 of 16. Okay, that tells the GM, you screwed up, you got hit. You rolled your 18, and that is outside of your 16. Or, I got a 14 of 16. If your dexterity is 16, and you roll a 14, that's within your success margin. We're thinking margin, not score. The idea of an ability score is fairly lacking. Think of it as an ability margin. Your margin of success. Because everything is chance-based. And you have to allow for failure. the two-hit narrative is kind of garbage. And the reason why the two-hit narrative is garbage is, I don't know about you, but I have siblings, and whenever we would try to hit each other, we usually hit each other because avoiding pain is a skill. Therefore, you probably need an ability check. Alright, so that's my thoughts on this. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think, because avoiding damage matters. And you should, oh yeah, well, you know what? Let's go further. If you're being back attacked, the lesser between your dexterity and your perception. Why? Because you are put in a position to which you are unaware, and the lower factor is the only factor that matters. Was your dexterity high enough? Yes, you could have avoided that. But because you're a dunce, you don't realize things like you're in danger. That is why the lesser between dexterity and perception matter. One roll is all it takes. You have an obligation to defend yourself. And if you're about to be stabbed in the back by a rogue, you have to perceive that and you have to avoid that. It happens in an instant, so you use the lesser of the two. Alright, got everyone out.